Today we have with us Skip Berry. He's currently a faculty member of the Business and Information Systems Technology Department here at RCC and former alumni as well. He's going to be talking to us a little bit about the cybersecurity world in terms of career employment. So welcome. Thank you for being here today.
Thanks for having me.
Our first question that we have for you, in regards to cybersecurity, what type of degrees or certificates or education do you need in order to go into this particular field?
What's great about cybersecurity is that you can really get in at an entry-level position with some classes and some experience without having to get to a bachelor's degree. However, to get to a good paying position, you're going to want to pursue a bachelor's degree, maybe even a master's degree. So what's great about RCC and what we provide here is we actually have a cyber information security and cyber defense certificate program that gets you those entry-level skills that are also mapped to our state model transfer curriculum that will allow you to maybe transfer to Cal State San Bernardino, which has one of the best cybersecurity programs in the country. We have a lot of students that have gone through that program and been placed with organizations like the Department of Homeland Security, the Federal Reserve Bank, and so you're going to want to get a bachelor's degree or higher to get into positions like security analyst or management positions like a CISO position, Chief Information Security Officer position. But the good news is that there's lots of entry-level positions because the demand is so high. Right now, cybersecurity, everybody's seen that there's been breaches happening, including Equifax, a couple weeks ago, on a regular basis. The demand right now is about 300,000 open cybersecurity positions right now, today. And the projection is that over the next year and a half, 2 years, this is worldwide, that those need for cybersecurity professionals is going to be about 1.5 to 2 million positions. It's not going to go the other direction, right? And so there's lots of companies and places where you can get in at an entry level with some maybe a certificate from RCC and some professional certifications, like getting certified in network with like Cisco security or Cisco networking, getting a Linux certificate showing that you know how to use Linux operating system, getting a certificate perhaps in ethical hacking. So with some of those certificates under your belt and some education at RCC, it will open the door for you to get in and get some experience while you pursue your bachelor's degree and then move up the chain.
Awesome. So that's great news to hear for our students that they have the opportunity here at RCC. Tell us a little bit about how you came into this industry.
Yeah, I kind of stumbled into this industry. I'll say that I played with and loved technology for a long time. Had an opportunity to come work for RCC, and when we, in my coming to RCC, we wrote a grant and established adaptive technology or assistive technology centers for all of our disabled students in all 3 colleges. And in pursuit of that, I went back to school, got my bachelor's in information systems, transferred into our IT department here at the college, and worked in networking. And we had an opportunity and a need for cybersecurity. And the boss said, "Who wants to do that?" And I, being curious and excited about that kind of stuff, I said, "I'll do that." And took over that role and established our cybersecurity program here at for the district. And then while working in that, pursued my master's in information security assurance.
So if you can think about a couple of things that hires or employers in the industry are looking for when they're looking to hire our students, what are some of those things?
Sure. So I can give you 3 things that I think are really important. One is curiosity, right? Highly overlooked, but you have to have a desire to know in order to be successful. And of course, you need some experience. That's the hardest part, right? You can get education and not have experience, or maybe you can get lucky and get a job and have some experience, but don't have the education, and you really need to have a combination of both of those things to advance in the career. So those are really the 3 things you're looking for. Some education, right? Getting certificates, getting a degree, and then some experience on the job. And you're going to have to probably do an internship or find a way to get some skills there. One of the things I tell my students is to build a portfolio. everything you do, it counts. So when you're taking classes and you're doing labs, you should have that in your portfolio, right? I configured firewalls. I configured switches and routers. I configured these servers. All the security things you did for those, all those labs, hours of homework that you saw as work, why do I have to do this? Should be exciting and, in addition to your portfolio, that in lieu of experience, you can say, I did these things to prepare for this career.
So what are some things that students, since this is a growing industry and it's fairly new, I would say, something they may not know about this industry or this career occupation?
Yeah, that's an interesting question. I would say that they probably don't know that it's going to require a lot of work, a lot of on-call type hours, right? If you think about that, and it's something you should decide that you're okay with, and that whole curiosity part plays into that you want to know why something's broken or how to fix it or how to make it better. But be prepared for the fact that you're going to probably be on call, because part of cybersecurity is what we call incident response. So you can't tell hackers to not break in at 2 a.m. They're going to do that in off hours, right? So you have to be prepared for some flexible hours in terms of responding to incidents and working as a team.
So if the students don't hear anything else that you say today, what is something that you want to stick within their minds in terms of the field of cybersecurity?
Yeah, well, it's a very exciting field. I love it. If you sit in my classroom, my students laugh at me because I still love it. I've been doing this for now 25 years. I'm still excited about technology, right? And if you're not curious about it, then don't do it just for money, right? Do it because you really love it and you're interested in it. And if you're doing that, you're going to have a great time and a great career.
Awesome. Well, thank you for your time today. I think you've given our students some valuable information in regards to cybersecurity.
Great. Thanks.
We'll get them enrolled in your class.
Awesome. Look forward to seeing them.
All right. Thank you.